grabbed his right knee, but appears to be okay. The cut. Oh, big finish! Anthony Davis. Attack mode.
He's always been great on that cut. He fakes like he's coming into a pick and roll and then cuts to the rim.
The next comment I'm about to make will sound like a joke to some, but most people who watch a ton of basketball, specifically Los Angeles Lakers basketball, night in, night out, they know this ain't a joke. They know that I'm as serious as can be. I am a Los Angeles Lakers diehard. I've been a fan since I was 5. Since we've gotten LeBron, I've pretty much not missed a game. There's been a handful of games that I've missed. Also, I do night-to-night highlights of the NBA. So, again, when you add in work and my Laker fandom, I rarely miss Laker games. So what I'm about to say is real. It's not sarcasm. I'm not over-exaggerating. I'm not being facetious. This is real life, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Davis has played a total of about 128 regular season games with my Lakers. You put about, 30, 40 postseason games together as well when you incorporate the bubble, the playoff run the Lakers went on, and our first-round exit to the Suns in which AD couldn't even finish that series. We're talking about 150, 160 games. This is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. I can count on 2 hands the amount of times, I'm not lying, where I've seen Anthony Davis complete a basketball game without having some sort of nick, injury, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, maybe 10 games. No more. I'm talking about a game where nothing happens to him, all right? Like no leg injury, no cramp, no arm injury, got to go to the back, go get wrapped up, go get taped up, down for a couple seconds where it makes you as a fan uncomfortable about Anthony Davis and his future in that game and forward that season, right? I can count on 2 hands the amount of games where from minute 1 to minute 48, AD didn't have some type of nick. About 10 times. Look at this. Since LeBron's been a Laker, which is a season or so more than AD, I can count on 2 hands the amount of times I've seen LeBron, who's in year 19 of his career, 37 years of age. I can count on 2 hands the amount of times I've seen LeBron go down with an injury. Do you see what I just did? One is in his late 20s, should be entering the prime of his career with all the talent in the world. The other has been in his prime for nearly 15 years now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you hear my frustration? I can count on 2 hands the amount of times I've seen LeBron go down. And by the way, that's a lot more times than what happened to LeBron in his 20s when he was athletically in his prime. I never saw LeBron go down with injuries or stay down on the court uncomfortably for a couple seconds too many. Never saw it happen in LeBron's prime. I can count on 2 hands the amount of games I've seen Anthony Davis not have a nick in a game. That's the difference here. That's why the Lakers are not good. The Lakers are at their best when not LeBron, Anthony Davis is our best player. And that leads me to my last and final point here. You know, every night I watch my Lakers and I see Russell Westbrook play basketball and I'm throwing stuff against the wall. I'm hitting the TV. I'm nearly putting holes in the wall. My fiance's had to stop me. I'm a diehard, y'all. It gets like that sometimes. Russell Westbrook is the ultimate frustration as a fan to watch and be have him as your starting point guard of your team. But I don't believe LeBron James, when he's in the confines of his home, when he's talking to wifey, Mav, Rich, the people that he trusts, I don't believe LeBron's first concern, his first gripe at this point in his life, at this point in his career, is about Russell Westbrook. If you've watched the Lakers this year, you know how bad Westbrook has been in so many different ways, from the turnovers to the only backboard shots that he's got to have the most in NBA history, and we're only just pretty much halfway through the season. Anthony Davis frustrates LeBron James more than Russell Westbrook does. I know it. I never had a conversation with LeBron, never met the guy. I know it. He would never admit this because he's going to go out, do his job, and say the right things publicly. There is no way LeBron is more frustrated with Russell Westbrook than he is Anthony Davis. Because at least he can say Russell Westbrook, no matter what, shows up to work every night. No matter what, Russ is there. You can say what you want about Russ, and there is a lot to say about him. He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer, nevertheless. There's a lot to say about Brody. An interesting athlete to cover, if I do say so myself. But that man shows up to work as much as any NBA superstar has in their careers. That's a fact, by the way. Cannot say the same thing about Anthony Davis. Could literally argue the opposite. It's to the point now where Joel Embiid is a lot healthier and a lot more reliable and dependable than Anthony Davis. Never would have thought that, by the way. Never in my wildest dreams would have imagined that one. I don't even want to play the game with Nikola Jokic. It is laughable how more valuable and how much better Nikola Jokic is over Anthony Davis. And a lot of that is just because AD ain't fair. He doesn't get to display and show his talents. The Lakers should be looking at trading Anthony Davis before Russell Westbrook. He has more value, I think. He's younger, I think. More talented, I think, than Russell Westbrook. The thing that I know is that Brody's more reliable than AD. And I think more than anything, LeBron is more frustrated with that than he is Westbrook's turnovers. At least he can say the brother shows up to battle every day. We might not win the wars, but he's at least in battle with me. There's literally no more than 10 games where Anthony Davis is able to stay healthy without having some type of nick. That's a problem. That's problem number one if you're a Laker fan.